Good morning, friends from all over the world. I hope you're having a good Saturday. So I'm coming to you from my kitchen again, and I'm gonna do something from my book. I wrote this book for my family and our friends. So how I came to United States and how I married my first husband, arranged marriage, and all the good stuff and all the bad stuff. So I wrote the book for my kids, and next thing I know, everybody wanted to read it. So I sold about 200 copies. So in my book, I have recipes, Greek recipes. Um, Besides coming from Cyprus and marrying my husband, I wanted to tell my kids how I came, how I grew up, and how I survived all these years. So I also wanted to include recipes in here for the kids when I'm not here anymore. So the kids will go back to this book and find all the good recipes that they love. So today I'm making cookies. I'm making the sugar cookies, which they call them Kourabiedes. And every country has these cookies, and they call them different names. I know they call them Mexican wedding cookies. They call them sugar cookies. Other countries call it different. We call them Kourabiedes. And they're easy to make, and they're so much fun because you cook them. What I do, I make 500-600 of these and pop them in the freezer. I'll bake them, and after I bake them, I put them in the freezer. And when I want to serve them, I take them out of the freezer, let them out for maybe 30 minutes to defrost. And then I put the powdered sugar on top. And they're so delicious. They're so fresh. They still stay fresh and everything in the freezer. So I'm going to make these cookies because I'm going to a dinner party tonight, and I promised them I'm going to make some cookies from my book. So I'm going to start by adding 1 cup of butter, softened butter, in my mixer. I'm going to do this in a mixer. You can do this without mixer, but mixer will do all the work for me, and I don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to put it in my mixer. 1 cup of butter, and that's salted butter. 1/2 cup of powdered sugar. And I'm going to blend these two together to get them going. I try to put them on the slow so it doesn't make too much noise. And these cookies have no baking powder, so they're not going to rise very much, but they're going to be really, really soft and buttery. And so in my sugar and butter, I'm going to put a little vanilla. And I use white vanilla, but you can use any kind of vanilla you have at home. This is just happened to have Mexican white vanilla. All right, so that's going. So I'm going to scrape down the sides a little bit so I can get all this butter and sugar mixed up, and the vanilla. Okay. And now you just need flour. Little flour and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to put it right in my flour. And little by little, I'm going to be adding my flour. There you go. So 4 or 5 ingredients and you have beautiful cookies. So the last thing I'm going to put in here is almonds, ground almonds, and this is 3/4 of a cup. And you can do walnuts, you can do pecans. A lot of different recipes do it with different nuts. So I'm just choosing almonds because that's how I grew up. In Cyprus, we had lots of almonds. So I'm using almonds because they're so delicious in here. So there it is, 2 minutes later. We have a nice dough. And this is gonna go in the refrigerator for maybe an hour to get a little thicker, because as the butter gets softer, because we have to roll these cookies. And when you roll the cookies, the dough has to be a little bit more firm. So there is my cookies. So I'm just gonna pop them in the refrigerator for maybe 30 minutes. You can do longer if you want. And I'm gonna come back and roll them out and bake them and show you what they look like. They're very easy to make and they're so delicious. They're so good with a Greek cup of coffee. See you in 30 minutes. So there I am, 45 minutes I let the dough in the fridge. Let the dough 45 minutes in the fridge, and now it's nice and little thicker, you know, a little stronger. So I'm using a little ice cream scoop, and I'm gonna make them little rounds like this. I'm making them small because they're the powdered sugar. You gotta put the whole thing in your mouth. You don't want to bite on it because you have sugar all over you. So I'm making them the tiny, tiny little rounds. And in Cyprus, actually, they're making them. You can make them round, or you can make a half moon. Like you roll it and you half moon it, and it's so pretty. There's different ways you can do these cookies. Do it any way you want to do it. It's going to be so pretty and it's going to be so delicious. So anyway, and I'm putting them close together because they're not going to rise. They're going to rise very little, just a tiny, but they don't need too much room. So I'm going to make my cookies and I'm going to come back and show you. I'm going to pop them in the oven at 400 for 10 to 12 minutes. And then I'm going to come back and show you what I'm going to do with them. So there I am, friends. My cookies are ready. They look beautiful. Look at them. Nice and golden brown, not too dark. So now it's going to be the time to put the powdered sugar on. So the easy way to do it is actually by putting maybe a cup of powdered sugar in here. Use whatever it takes to get them, to get them coated. Doesn't matter how much it's going to take. So use your imagination. So this is how we do it. And we're just going to put a couple of them in here in the powdered sugar straight from the pan, and there they are. Look at them, how pretty they are. They go right in here. I'm going to put it in this little pretty dish, and I'm going to powder sugar all of them, and they're going to be so good with a nice Greek cup of coffee this afternoon. There we go. And if you need more powdered sugar, put extra. If you like more powdered sugar, make some extra ones, with the extra sugar on it. So this is the easy way to coat everything, and put some powdered sugar on it. And if you want, you can just pop more powdered sugar in this little dish, because you don't want it to be dry. So I did make some of the half moons. These are my half moon cookies. So I'm gonna coat those too. And they look so pretty. Look how pretty these half moons they look. Put these in a separate little dish. They're so cute. So I'm gonna finish up this, and I'm going to have a nice cup of coffee with it, and they're so delicious. I can't wait to taste them. So let me just taste one just to see how it is. Like I say, don't bite on it because you're gonna get powdered sugar all over you. So I baked these cookies at 400 for 12 minutes. Your oven might be a little bit longer, a little bit less, but watch them. You don't want them too dark. You want them nice and brown on the bottom, and golden brown on top. So make these cookies. They're really delicious. Let me tell you. They melt in your mouth. It's so good. So good with a cup of coffee. Enjoy the video. Subscribe and share. Give us some thumbs up. I'm going to leave you with lots of love. And have a great day. Love you all. Bye-bye.